Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Media every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share it with your friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Today, Mayur joins us again to discuss our fascination for Lord Shiva. Welcome, Mayur.
Har Har Mahadev. Welcome.
Har Har Mahadev.
Welcoming myself to the family of the podcast Candid Veena. Looking forward to all my friends who I missed out on the Monday. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And
nice
all of
nice
us
to
were
be back.
busy. Mayur was at his ashram, and we were watching Sadhguru's ashram. So everybody was awake and
Yeah.
enjoyed. The night
Can I can I
because
say
Lord
can I say
Shiva
can
was
I
watching
say
us.
Veena that we were not just awake. At least for some time we were awakened.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Hmm.
So big thanks, Mayur, for joining us,
My
and
pleasure.
people are looking forward to hear you speak. So
Me too.
we look forward to this session with you.
I'm looking forward to seeing myself speak as well. One thing
Yeah,
is I'm too wacky. I can't control myself. I love to play with words as long as I make some meaning. But I
yeah,
think what gives me joy is to genuinely to see
yeah,
all your ardent viewers
yeah.
who in some way have also connected with me at a spiritual level. So so to all the people who are watching, this is the way I am. I don't
Yeah,
like to be pretensive or whatever. Just from my heart. And
yeah.
Meena, you sort of inspire me to be that way as well. Not to put
So
anything.
nice.
And you're smart. I don't put anything. Whatever is there.
Yeah.
And it's nice that you've invited me. It was a pleasant surprise to see your message, and
No,
I
I
was like
think
looking at the
see, Monday has become your day, and we everybody missed you on Monday, so we're glad that you joined us this week itself. Despite your being
I'm
tired
going to
after your
I'm going to have
foot.
I'm going to have an opportunity to seek an audience with my guru. He told me maybe after third. There are some other things I want to also discuss. I'm going to talk about Candid Veena and
And
about
we need his blessings as well.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, I am, and
Yeah.
we can go forward.
So what I wanted to discuss in this session, Mayur, is see, while watching the Sadguru, what you call the celebration of
Yeah,
Mahashivratri, and same as you went to your ashram, so many places all a buzz with celebrations of and celebrating Lord Shiva and Parvati. See, what struck me is that, see, there's a huge resurgence of youngsters coming back to Lord
yeah,
Shiva's fold, you know.
yeah.
And I was surprised. I mean, just watching them, the kind of, they seem to be in some sort of a, trance, the feeling of the goodness, everything. And yesterday, I was talking to my son and I said, my son was telling me, Mom, we need to stay awake. It's going to bring us so much of positive energy. And I was so happy because usually I'm the one who would tell him. And this time he was saying, and I feel so. Do you think, Mayur, you've also noticed that?
Yes. At the outset, I want to say that um, I had a fantastic experience of having been to a mutt. We have different mutts. One of them is near Lonavala in Mumbai. It's called Karla, and it was an experience. Like I said, it not only kept us awake, but it also made us a little more awakened about spirituality. Coming to your question about did I also notice or am I seeing some sort of a resurgence or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
sort of an awakening, especially in the youth? My
yeah,
answer is a very big yes.
yeah,
And I think I'd like to approach this question, Meena, by highlighting some things. For example, I have felt that frustration or stress or failures can, in fact, become a great platform or a great catalyst to help a person to actually understand the purpose of life. Like, a person makes a lot of money, loses money. When he makes money, he's very happy. When he loses money, he goes berserk. He doesn't know what to do. And that's when, if he gets to connect with somebody who's spiritual, he understands that this is all a play. The real happiness is in connecting with the Lord.
yeah,
So I would say that the pandemic has, my main point was the pandemic, Meena, probably became a catalyst, actually a catalyst for people to understand that, hey, before the pandemic, I was getting my salary, everything was okay. Many people got affected, including myself. We all were affected in different degrees. A lot of people realized that real joy comes not only from money. Money is important. Real joy comes when you connect with a higher force who emanates and who embodies positive energy. And that is one of the reasons I felt, Meena, that after, do you realize that this was the first after the pandemic, a
yes,
real time celebration of Shivratri? The last 2 years we couldn't, right?
yeah,
So
absolutely,
imagine there were two types of people, Meena. One
yeah,
is he or she who used to attend, like me being one of them. And I really missed the 2 years where I couldn't go and, participate in the Shivratri puja. The other was who had no clue of what this is, but after having been through the rigors of and the difficulties of of the pandemic, even people are doing well. They were stuck at home. Even that was frustrating, right? For
there was a
them
sense of
was,
equality.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And Meena, I think this is one of the important reasons why you found a lot of response from people who was like, thank God it's happening once again. Like some of us and others, hey, I want to explore this because maybe the word of mouth spreads. People, a lot of people spend a lot of time on spirituality and knowing spirituality, Meena, sitting at home on their smartphones and on
Absolutely,
smart TVs. So many people I know who were not connected to spirituality have gotten connected to spirituality after watching YouTube podcasts, including yours as well, because they had nothing else to do. So they literally realized, okay, let me watch something that's something I've never watched before. And then
yeah,
came the Shivaratri. So my
yeah,
answer to your question is that anything that frustrated us and then we got an option or an opportunity to get something amazing, we jumped at it. And I also was watching a little bit of the Sadhguru's celebration, and I could literally see people were dancing and excited, and there was in a way equality amongst all the sadhakas. There was nothing like only one section of sadhakas were dancing and the others were made to do something else. The music was flowing and it was all connected to celebration of Shiva and Parvati, the Shiva Shakti, the Mahadev. And that's, I think, what has happened. um, Meena, if I can just extend once a little bit more with one sentence, I've realized that the youngsters, so generally my answer was now for a general population, but I'm surprised myself, Meena, that today's youngsters, and thank God for that, have become more, uh, they're getting more drawn towards spirituality. I may not want to take the risk of saying religiosity because that is very personal, but spirituality, yes. So this is where I sort of put a comma to my response. There's more to it, but definitely I agree to you completely that there has been a resurgence of response to an event like Mahashivratri. You're on mute, Nina.
yeah. So, as you said, Mayur, this COVID has, made us want to feel this feeling of peace, calmness and tranquility. So different people find peace in other things. However, you would have noticed that the real peace of mind and heart doesn't lie in this world's material things.
See,
We might
materialism,
be,
Nina, is, yeah, sorry,
yeah,
sorry. Please continue.
yeah, we might be working hard towards achieving monetary gains, but we only find true peace by forming a deep connection with our inner selves. And
Yes,
this
absolutely.
spiritual connection can be established only with the help of meditation. Meditation
Yes,
is the food for the soul, you know. And how
absolutely.
you do it, it can be a simple way, or it could be, the mantras that your, guru
True,
gives you,
true,
So
true.
that's
But
very important. Yeah.
true. But Meena, you just displayed the picture of Shiva, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you just
One
show
second.
that again if you don't
Yeah.
mind?
One second. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to just take it a little beyond because our topic for today is the power of Shiva,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Mahashivratri.
Yeah.
Um, it's interesting that to all the viewers, Meena, I'm sure we all love the fact that we have so many reflections of that super consciousness, isn't
Yeah,
it? I call it that way. I describe it that reflections.
yeah,
We can call it 1 lakh gods, and each person can connect. But Lord Shiva, as the picture, if you can look at it,
yeah,
look at the vibrant personality that comes out,
yeah,
the kind of strength that emanates through the picture of the form of Lord Shiva. And I therefore want to take it a step ahead and say, Meena, that apart from or along with different festivals that we celebrate, okay, the festival that celebrates Shiva actually has a lot that I've seen that happens in terms of responses from sadhakas.
yeah,
Okay. Now, I don't take away anything from a Ganpati festival where we also chant the artis and stuff, which is superb. Of course, it's connected to Shiva as well, isn't it? Ganpati,
yeah,
or the Devi Anushthan that we do, the Navaratri we do. But somehow, personally, I'm saying, because this session is, again, I always say it gives me the freedom to speak about what I feel is, I've realized the youth, Meena, today are more drawn towards the personality of Shiva
yeah,
compared to the others. Now, I've not had, and I want to, if you don't mind, get in my book. I'm not trying to plug in, but in the book, there's a lot of Shiva in that.
yeah,
There are
absolutely.
a lot of youngsters when I come on Instagram live, and I tell you from my heart, a lot of youngsters they want to learn the Shiva Tandav Stotra. They tell me, I'm talking about people who are like 17, 18, 20, 22, that age group. They feel a lot of strength coming out, or the way they say it is, the stotrams and the remembrance of Shiva makes me very solid and strong.
Yeah,
So I think that Shiva represents a personality which is full of positive energy and a lot of bindasness.
yeah,
If I can use that word, bindas. He doesn't. He's not scared, and that rubs off on people who follow Shiva. I think I see Karthik saying that the Mahamrityunjay Stotra. Om Trayambaka Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mukshi Yamamritaat. So I'm saying it only because when you say it also, there's so much of strength. Om Vishveshwaraya Vishakantha Vibhushanaya Karanamrutaya Shashishekharadharanaya Karpurakanti Dhavalaya Jatadharaya Daridrya Dukkha Dahanaya Namah Shivaya Daridrya Dukkha Dahanaya Namah Shivaya Daridrya Dukkha Dahanaya Namah Shivaya. Just imagine the the vibrations that come out of it, the strength. And I think the youngsters who are already robust, even they have been affected by the pandemic,
yeah,
sitting at home. In a way, the COVID, unfortunately, has, I mean, it has affected, but also has driven us to the belief that, like you said, it's not just the materialistic things. I want a laptop. I want this. That's okay. How much will I spend on? How much
yeah,
will I spend on the laptop? I need to actually close my eyes and close my lap,
yeah,
with no laptop,
yeah,
and then just meditate. And I think in some ways, sometimes, like I said, Meena, sometimes a failure can lead us to far more success. COVID made us fail in many things in the sense we were not happy, but it leads us to understanding that there is a Shiva waiting to, fill us with a lot of happiness and energy.
yeah. Funny thing is, when we were doing this opera, The Lord of Lanka,
Hmm.
there's a scene where Ravana is meditating, and in his dream, Lord Shiva and Parvati come and do the dance. Okay,
Yeah.
so earlier we had thought we will use Ravana as himself, his composition, and then what happened was, I saw some other dances, on YouTube, and then I said that, see, it's too common, so let us do this one, Om Trayambakam, Yajamahe.
Yeah.
And when we did that, my God, the dance was so powerful because we made it very dimly lit, and only the silhouette of Shiva and Parvati as they become one, and then they come out,
Wow.
emerge. Oh, it was like the union and everything. It was absolutely, the whole audience were charged up, So,
Absolutely.
just as you say, it is one of the most powerful mantras, and it creates so much of energy within you. And then, as
Yeah.
you say, See, Shiva is a god who is unlike others, and his stories are so popular. And also, you see that there's so many facets to him. He's an ascetic. He's the only godhead who is forever in deep meditation in the Himalayas. Totally absorbed in contemplation, and his abode is in the Kailasha. The Parvat, and he's
Yeah.
often seen with many faces. As
Yep.
a creator, a destroyer, a preserver. In total command of the cosmos, and also he contains both good and evil. So he
Yep.
is very similar to human beings as well. So he's moody, free of inhibitions, easy to please, protector
Yeah.
of the downtrodden, and has the power to alter the law of destiny. So thus
Yeah.
Lord Shiva is known as the god of mercy and kindness. He protects his
Yes.
devotees from all. So here, what the most important point, Mayur, what I always say is that he is very easy to please.
Mm.
So that makes it so easy, for us. We are struggling our daily life. Every day is a struggle. See, if
Yeah.
we are not struggling, if the people who work with us have their own problems, and they come to
Correct.
us with their problems, so we feel for them, and that's also a struggle for us. We wish that they also are happy and peaceful. So there's so many what you call even if we are calm, we find that other people may not be calm, and we wish calmness for them. And it's at this time that we pray to Lord Shiva, and
Yeah.
we find that it's so easy to please him. He doesn't demand
Absolutely.
anything from you, you know. And with so
Yeah.
many personalities, Mayur, it's so
Yeah.
easy to be one with him. You know, Recently I
True.
was just meditating,
Sure.
and I said I didn't have. I wanted to do something, so I said, okay, I'll do it only for 15 minutes. Then I started meditating, and it just went on for half an hour. And then I
Mhm.
realized, oh, I need to go there. That's what happens with Lord Shiva. You
Of
don't realize
course.
the time going. You know.
Can I share something very
Yes,
interesting?
please, please, yes,
I was telling one of my friends who couldn't make it to the mutt.
yeah,
In fact, when I was leaving for the mutt, I stay in Pune, right?
yeah,
Lonavala is
yeah,
not very far, Karla.
yeah, yeah,
My mother was like, "Why do you want?" Because I just come back after
yeah,
the Palki Utsav. We had an Utsav in the morning, so I
yeah,
had my lunch, Prasad Bhojan. I came home, and then again I had to go back, which is not too far. It's just 45 minutes to 1 hour. My mom is like, "You can always watch it live because there was a live thing. Today everything is online." And I just told mom, "I just can't. I want to go because I've always gone for the live thing, and it's after a long time, 2 years." Now, there are in Shivaratri, I'm just going to give you a little bit of this so that even the viewers can enjoy the understanding of how the Mahashivratri happens, at least how we do it. Is there are four yams, four pujas, Shiva pujans, right? Shiva pujan, four. But they're interspersed with different chantings and different the namavalis. We do namavalis as a repetition of different names of Shiva four times, okay? After the second yam, so the first puja happened, then there was a little bit of a break. The second puja happened. Meena, normally what my guru says is that after the puja, for some time, it is good to meditate. So Swamiji sits, the puja is done, and then Swamiji sits after just for 10 minutes, just to get us in that zone. We've been chanting, people have been performing the puja along with Swamiji. But after that is over, just cool down, just connect with Shiva, meditate. The first time it happened after 5 7 minutes, we could come to know that okay, the meditation is over because even if our eyes are closed, Swamiji will know that okay, he moves a little bit, so that way we know. After the second yam, our eyes are closed. We don't hear any indication that after 7 10 minutes, and we're already sitting for like an hour and a half 2 hours, so my legs are just getting from flesh to wood. 5 minutes are up, 10 minutes are up, 15 minutes are up, 20 minutes are up, 25 minutes are up. I can't take it. I look up, there are many people are all who can't take it. We're all moving because already the puja we've sat. I looked at the guru completely in deepest of meditation. I've never seen that. Just absolutely. And I just kept looking because I wanted to absorb that form of my Shiva who I see in my guru. It's like first time you're seeing your guru in such deep meditation. 20 minutes happened, 25 minutes happened, Meena, 30 minutes happened, 35 minutes happened, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. We are wondering what to do. Legs are going for a toss. Absolutely in deep meditation, completely. You just can't. And then 50 minutes. Then the two people, the Purohits who are helping to do the samagri, to put the things, they stood up because Swamiji had gone into deep meditation and could have continued. And after that, they put some vessel, just they moved a little bit to get the preparation for the third yama. That time, Swamiji's body moved a little bit and eyes opened, and there was a little bit of a smirk. And then there was a break. Like you said, the connection, Shiva, because we were doing Shiva Pujan only, the effect, the impact. And I'll tell you, Meena, for all of us who are there, it is not just participating in the puja, it is after the puja, the meditation that we would do in front of the Guru, just sitting a few feet away. Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps because literally you're sitting there and what do you do? So I was doing a mantra japa, like I'm sure many others. After that, you don't realize the japa is going or not. You just get into a kind of a deep feel, but it's very positive. And I think that that is the effect or the impact of Shiva. And like you said, the title of the session is The Power of Shiva.
Yeah.
As you were describing him with the context of Ravana and, he coming into Ravana's dream and he being the destroyer as well as being a very good, very easy to impress person, anybody could become his devotee, na, Meena? Even Ganas.
Yeah.
Today, in present times, these Ganas are Agoris. That time, the Ganas, they used to, be with him. And the people like even Ravana could be his devotee. So he had equality. He never said, "Oh, you are that, you are this." For him, he's open to everybody. I think there's only one thing he expects. Not really expects, but there's a word. I'm losing choice of words. But one thing he wants is he wants the sadhaka to just meditate. You may be in a jungle, you may be anywhere, just sit and meditate. And that meditation is, I think, what our gurus also try and teach us at the end of the day. So, this is what I wanted to just share as an experience
Yeah,
I had yesterday.
absolutely. In fact, see, one of the devotees, a lot of
Hmm,
miracles have happened with regards to, the worship of Lord Shiva. So
hmm,
there is, one devotee who, sort of experienced divine intervention, in
hmm,
the form of a vision of Lord Shiva. And
hmm,
he says it's a true miracle. Sairam, he was, while listening to some good devotional stotras in praise of Lord
hmm.
Shiva, in the morning, he says, I was suddenly reminded of his divine grace and how he comes to us in our low moments to give us strength and assurance that he is always there at our call in the year
Yeah,
2001. I was on a pilgrimage to Tirupati, Sri Kalahasti, etc. After visiting Tirupati, I went to Sri Kalahasti. I was feeling very low because I fell from my self imposed high moral standard ground. Standard details are not important, and I was really miserable. He then gave me solace through two incidents. First, through a good book that described the Sthala Puranam, the ancient history of the place, in which it was mentioned that Lord Brahma himself had to do penance for some temporary deviation from Dharma, and he did it in Sri Kalahasti. The second incident was even more direct. Adjacent to Sri Kalahasti temple, in a small hillock where Bhakta Kannappa, one of the greatest devotees of Lord Shiva, did penance and offered his eyes to mitigate the suffering of his beloved Lord, whose eyes bled voluntarily in order to test devotion of Kannappa. I went to the hillock and was chanting Om Namah Shivaya, closing my eyes, and suddenly was overpowered by grief at my repeated failures to lead a dharmic life. Suddenly, grace comes in the form of a divine vision. Lord Shiva as Nataraja dancing. The vision was very clear. Where the third eye is supposed to be located, I was very happy, but was left wondering why Nataraja of Chidambaram should give me darshan at Sri Kalahasti. Then he sort of gave a message that the whole world is a stage for his dance, and he is the dancer, and we are just puppets. The message did come in clear immediately, but slowly it seeped in. The divine grace of Lord seems to really pour in when we are down. When the ego is down, he comes and teaches us. So this was a very, very, strange experience, Mayur. I'm sure you
yeah,
would have also undergone some experience or would have heard many experiences like this?
So, uh, yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what I have experienced
Yeah.
in my life, and then I'll
Mhm.
also share some other things.
Yeah.
I've realized that my visit to the Himalayas, to Kailash, uh, and my time that I spent at the on the banks of Manasarovar, um, because we were there for 3 nights, and certain experiences that some of us had. But one thing I felt is the presence, or can I say this, that I actually understood and experienced divinity. Now, the beauty of spirituality, I feel, is when it makes you feel very divine. Now, divine is an English word, so I don't know how else can I deeply describe it. But it's like when you go to a very beautiful, ancient sort of a temple, and there is nobody there. Okay, nobody, just that idol, and maybe a purohit. Maybe that's a day where it's not a holiday. And when you go inside the precincts of the temple, that feeling that you feel, that you're somewhere in this beautiful, positive, energy filled environment, you magnify that a million times, is how you would feel when you go to uh, Manasarovar and Kailash. Especially Manasarovar, I felt that a lot. And that, I think, is not just the hardcore miracle in where you see something, you experience that divinity. And because it is also said, as written in stories and written by people, that Shiva resides, the abode of Shiva on earth at least is the Himalayas, the Kailash. Definitely, you feel that the energy, it transforms your thought process. If you're already, if you're already aligned and inclined to spirituality, it intensifies it tremendously. Now, you look at me and another few people who were there. We went with our guru. So going with our guru to the place where Shiva is. So that itself for me is a miracle.
Yeah.
I'd
Absolutely.
asked once, Swamiji, what is the miracle? Are there miracles? Are there ghosts? Are there miracles? Because sometimes you would get that freedom to ask. And I put this probably to you before as well, but I'm going to re-emphasize. Swamiji said the biggest miracle is you. The biggest miracle is life, and what happens within life and what you do with it. And I think many of us, Meena, who have been blessed with uh, an entity who we acknowledge or revere as Guru, is a miracle itself.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
then there are those miracles where, I feel Shiva also comes in the form. He sends his emissaries, who are reflections of Shiva. My Guru is one, I would say. There are so many others. If you look at Maharashtra, there are some great saints who are understood as, as reflections or emissaries of Shiva. So, in that sense, also that's a miracle that Shiva may not directly show his form directly, but he'll spread his message
Yeah.
through different forms. So
Absolutely.
that also is, can I put it in the way that it's very miraculous for us कि हमने इस धरती पे जन्म भी ऐसे लिया है.
Yeah.
We've taken birth also, that today we can even talk about this. When I see the comments from Shilpa, for example, Chitra, Shalini, Karthik, and many others. I'm missing Martin. Oh, I see Martin as well.
Martin
Uh,
is also there.
Martin is there.
Yeah.
Srinivasan, all,
Always for support.
and many who. Sorry if I'm not taking the names, but I can see on the right side of the screen. Your husband, my family. We are all. It's a miracle that we are also part of this journey where we
Yeah.
sort of have understood what our purpose of life is. Even
Yeah.
that is miracle, Meena. I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's a little philosophical, but it does make sense to me.
Yeah.
To see my guru perform the puja and feel the sound vibrations touching my soul,
Yeah.
is a miracle for me. Thank God I
Yeah.
was born in this family. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, Shilpa is asking, I slept after the Nishat Puja at 1:30 yesterday, so don't know whether the fasting is correct or no.
Well, I can only say that if you have, see, there are four yams. Okay, pardon me, I would not. We only know it as the first yam, the second yam, and there are different, like I said, additions to that or substitutions to that. Okay, um, the fasting I look at, Meena, as a way to help us meditate better and keep us alert through the night.
Yeah.
I look at it very practically. So I remember our guru had said that preferably eat as little as possible, but eat enough that you have the nutrients to keep you awake. But if you eat too much and you say, "Oh, I'm hungry," and all, no, it doesn't work that way because it'll just make your mind more lazy. So that's how I look at it, Shilpa. And to a more specific question, see, there were some people who I know who sat for the first Shiva Pujan, and after that they retired and they did whatever they want to. They slept or they went and did their own japa. So I personally can only say that if you are attending the puja live or online and you're participating, that's fantastic. Now, you want to continue with all the four or just at one? It's completely your choice. It depends. But I don't take away the fact as a sadhaka that because
Yeah,
you sat for one, oh my God, no, 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 no. The fact that we remained awake and we were there. Same thing, Meena, with when we were doing the parikrama of Kailash. See,
yeah,
a lot of people were not lot. There were some people who had some issues of health. Okay, they could not do the parikrama because it is very arduous. It is not easy. So there also, my guru had said, and it is said that even if you get in through the Mahadwara, there is a Mahadwara, and if you just walk through for some time, it is symbolically you have done the parikrama as long as you intently and intensely look up to that region and say and seek the blessings. Same way here as well. I think that's Shilpa pretty okay if you sat for just a part of the puja, as long as you vibrantly participated. That's what we all do. We vibrantly participate.
an incident I wanted to, I think I've already told you, Mayur, about it. See, there was an incident when suddenly out of the blue, I had a severe pain in my eyes, and I was, like when I had a short nap, and when I woke up, it was like my eyes, it was tearing. The pain was,
Yeah,
similar to that. And then I looked and I couldn't even open my eyes. They were so swollen, and it was a Sunday, so there was no, a pharmacy open for me to buy something, and the only hospital was Baptist hospital, which was near me. And I went there, and they could not give me a proper sort of tell me what it was. So the next day, I went to Astor Hospital after somebody referred a eye specialist. And when I went there, this doctor said, "My God, how did you get this? Were you swimming or do you wear contact lens?" So I said, "Neither." Then he said, "How do you get this? I mean, this is an infection in your cornea, and this comes. If this comes, you're sure to go blind in one eye." I was, terrified. And then he said that, see, and people who come here with this come in excruciating pain, you're not saying anything or screaming or doing anything. So it's very strange, he said. Now, I got very upset, but this doctor seemed to know what he was doing. So he said, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to wait. We'll do the culture and immediately I'll give you some antibiotics. You start on it, So, because of his experience. And then
yeah.
I went back home and then I called my Swamiji, Nityananda Swamiji, and I said that, see, this is happening to me, Swamiji. I don't know. I'm feeling quite scared. So what should I do? His
Hmm.
answer was, "Give me a second. You know, it'll be okay." You know, and after that, time went, and then I went back to the doctor the next day, and the doctor started looking at the eye this way, that way, this way. Then he said something is happening. It's a that thing is arrested and it's not going further. So there's some sort of a hope, and then
Hmm.
the antibiotic that he gave was also the right one. So within, say, a week or two, completely everything, including the scar, everything went out, and I was completely normal within a month's time. And my husband couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, you know. But to tell you the truth, see, I'm a very sort of skeptical person, and I don't believe in everything that way unless
Sure,
I'm
sure,
really convinced.
sure.
But here,
Absolutely.
I was amazed, that something like this could happen. So, Mayur, see, when you are in deep meditation with Lord Shiva, the kind
Mhm.
of miracles that happen, it's immense. Also,
Yeah,
I wanted to ask you, Mayur, if we leave the line open, do you mind if we can take, if, in case some people would like to join us? Is it okay with
yeah.
you?
Sure,
Okay.
that'll be great.
So let me
That'll
leave
be
the
a lovely.
line open. Yeah. Friends,
Yeah,
if you'd like to join and ask Mayur, some questions, please do. I'm just leaving the line open. So
yeah.
please do join us and please make it brief so that others can also. So this is the link. So, in case you'd like to join us, please do. Yeah, back to you, Mayur.
I
So,
wanted to recite just to
please,
break the
please, please.
positive
Yeah,
monotony of talking.
yeah,
Can I do a
please,
recitation?
please, please.
Shiva,
Yeah,
just for the fun of it, for the not the a spiritual fun of it. Okay.
absolutely.
So, so there's one which is my favorite. I want to say the whole thing this time. Okay, there's one which is a few. I'll say. I found it very strong. It's called Shankarashtakam. ॐ शीर्षजटागणभारं गरलाहारं समस्तसंहारम् कैलासाद्रविहारं विहारं पारं भववारिधेरहं वन्दे चन्द्रकलोज्ज्वलभालं कण्ठव्यालं जगत्त्रयीपालम् कृतनरमस्तकमालङ्कालङ्कालस्य कोमलं वन्दे कोपेक्षणहतकामं स्वात्मा रामं नगेन्द्रजावामम् संसृतिशोकविरामं श्यामं कण्ठेन कारणं वन्दे कटितटविलसितनागं खण्डितयागं महाद्भुतत्यागम् विगतविषयरसरागं भागं यज्ञेषु बिभ्रतं वन्दे त्रिपुरादिकदन्तुजान्तं गिरिजाकान्तं सदैव संशान्तम् लीलाविजितकृतान्तं भान्तं स्वान्तेषु देहिनां वन्दे सुरसरदाप्लुतकेशं त्रिदशकुलेशं हृदालयावेशम् विगताशेषक्लेशं देशं सर्वेष्टसम्पदां वन्दे करतलकलितपिनाकं विगतजराकं सुकर्मणां पाकम् परपदवीतवराकं नाकङ्गपमूगवन्दितं वन्दे भूतिविभूषितकायं दुस्तरमायं विवर्जितापायम् प्रमथसमूहसहायं सायं प्रातरनिरन्तरं वन्दे यस्तु पदाष्टकमेतत् ब्रह्मानन्देन निर्मितं नित्यम् पठति समाहितचेतः प्राप्नोत्यन्ते स शैवमेव पदम् ॐ शङ्कराष्टकं सम्पूर्णम्
Very nice.
This is what I read after a long time because it's a very typical the Rudra type. It goes very
Yeah.
low tone, but it's really I find it very meditative. Om da 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 da. Takes me back like 2,000 years. That's why I feel past life connections. You know what I'm saying, Meena? I can't
Yeah,
explain.
absolutely.
Like
I know.
somebody will say, "Kya baat kar raha hai?" I can't explain, but when I say da 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 da, see, I'm getting goosebumps. Like it sort of reminds me, bhai, Mayur Kalbag, all jacket bicket, all side mein. You were there
Yeah,
thousands of years ago.
exactly.
That
Exactly.
soul,
Yeah,
I think, gets that feel, which is
yeah,
why our souls are attracted to Shiva
yeah.
because of that. The connection is from long time, and we are still like going through. Hopefully, the journey is not too long, far away, because we are already now spiritual. In some sense,
Yeah.
we are getting to understand the importance of being spiritual.
Actually, now Savitri wants to join us. I just
Yeah.
add her. Welcome, Savitri.
Hi, can you
Hi,
hear me?
Savitri. Yes,
Hello.
we can hear you.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Mayur. You're full of, knowledge and this. Even I miss sometime, but I do see it later. All Meenas and yours. Om Namah Shivaya. God bless you.
Oh,
And
Namah.
Thank you.
Meena, just now you told me about that eye. It's just divine power. Yeah, you are.
Absolutely.
I think you both are chosen, and Mayur is the chosen one. Very few are chosen. Like
Yes.
I don't come. My sister gets sometime all this. मुझे लगता है मुझे कोई कुछ नहीं होता है. I don't see any magic numbers. Nothing
Yeah.
happens for me. I am God fearing, not very much into puja, and all, but I have lot of faith in goodness and Sai and Shiva, everyone. Yesterday, what I wanted to ask Mayur, 10:30 I on Sadguru,
Yeah.
and till that actually I stay in Bombay. It's hot here. It's getting hot. 10:30 suddenly I started feeling cold. I said, "What is happening? I'm falling sick or what all of a sudden?" Then I told my husband, "Make the fan very small." He said, "Eh?" Because whenever I go to any room, the fan has to be full on.
Yeah.
I made the fan on and वो थोड़ा blanket winket रख के I said, God, what is happening? It was there till almost I saw the program till 1. I did with him edit. Then रात को ठीक हो गया. Is this something like or just maybe I really started sort of not shivering but goosebumps. Like I said, क्या हो रहा है? Then I was praying to God. I was trying to, then I said, no, no, come on, forget all this. Feels so gay. So I just wanted to ask Mayur, is it something? I'm just a normal girl. यार कुछ खास नहीं है आप लोग जैसे
When
ही
you
so I
when you
yeah
can I know your name? Can I know your name?
Savitri. Not
Okay.
Srinivasan, my husband's name, but Savitri, yes.
So
Hello.
Savitri,
Yeah, Bolo.
you'll have to allow me to be naturally wacky, and at the same time, you'll have to extract the seriousness of my answer. It's up to you, because my nature
Okay.
is to be wacky and fun-loving, and because that's what my guru has taught me. Must be sincere,
Uh,
but don't
yes.
be over serious. I think I've done that before, right? Like when you meditate a lot and you want to show that you meditate a lot, you become very, hello, how are you? No, no, no.
Very.
And
I'm,
that's Shiva.
yeah, I'm fun loving and I'm transparent. I don't, I just say what I want to say.
Great. So I want to
Yeah,
respond
Push.
to your question very quickly. See, I'll put it this way: that your main question is that while you were watching it, you were feeling this
Yeah.
shivering. You're feeling cold.
Shivering or, suddenly feeling cold for two
Yeah.
hours. Then slowly, if it ho gaya. Then I came, I
Can
went to
I
sleep,
can
I
I
on the
respond?
fan.
Yeah. Can I
Yeah, yeah,
respond?
bolo.
All right. Otherwise, you'll again ask the question. So I've understood the question, Savitri. See, it's like this. There are two, three ways. The way I look at it. Hmm? One is it's a little paranormal, but I'll come to that later. But what I think is that, see, Savitri, when you experience, if you go to a jungle, okay, forget about the weather. The
Mm-hmm.
weather could be hot, cold. If you go to a place which
Okay.
is unknown, okay, if you go to a place
Mm.
which is unknown, sometimes because of the fear, you feel a little shivering, okay?
Mm. Mm.
You feel something different in your body because it's new. Have you realized that when you're walking alone, like I have a native place, so when you're walking alone, you do feel a little shivery because there is this lovely things come into your mind because you're in a gaon and you're going. So I would say that, hello, yeah,
Yeah,
can
yeah,
you turn
I'm
the,
here.
yeah,
I'm here.
yeah. If you can just turn the mic off, yeah. See, Savitri, one is that this is the fear part, but the other positive part is when you must have seen the exuberance, Savitri, when you saw Sadhguru walking on that ramp
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
saw people, that is another way of you feeling the shivering internally, which is high level of excitement internally that comes out in the form
Oh,
of you feeling something different within your body.
okay, okay.
You know, when you sat
All
for an
right.
exam, when you sat for an exam,
Mm,
big exam, and you study it and you're not really sure, doesn't that happen? A
mm.
little shivering, sweating. This is exactly the
Yeah.
opposite. This is exactly the
Okay.
opposite, which happens rarely.
Uh-huh.
We shiver more through fear,
Ready.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I just sat.
Now,
It was all cool. I finished the work. Then I said, "Hey,
I got
Bhagwan,
it.
क्या हो रहा है
Savitri,
मुझे?"
Savitri, my answer is not over. You again go back.
Okay,
Hold on.
okay.
रुकिए मैडम रुकिए.
हाँ
Picture
बोलो.
अभी बाकी है. Today, Savitri ji. The other thing is, and don't believe what I say, okay? I'm just wacky, but don't believe me. But I want to say it. I'm very tempted. The first one is a real thing, okay? The second one is
Mm.
a little fun. Is it is said that sometimes when there are paranormal entities close by, or if you pass through, because you can't make out their energies, you feel a sudden surge of cold wave. Okay, I think
Mm-hmm.
you had some entities here and there who also wanted to come
Okay.
and watch the Sadguru celebration of Mahashivratri, and you might have felt their
Oh.
presence. They were like, "Madam, if you don't mind, can we watch?" Like you don't know, but
Oh.
you're feeling something.
I
But
know.
don't believe me. Don't believe me.
No, no, no.
Don't believe
I
because
heard about it. I've heard my
If
sister
you
has felt so many times, but not me.
Because if you believe, then you'll get another shivering of fear, which I don't want you to. But the first part is actually what I also believe, that sometimes the ecstasy within, you must have felt really very happy. You must have connected to that energy, and you must have felt,
Hmm.
and that feeling may have reflected in the form of the shivering. I think that's where I put a.
Maybe, and I was alone at that moment. I was alone. Me, TV, hubby, and बच्चे सब दूसरे
Exactly.
room में थे. So
Hmm.
could be that also. Sairam, it
Or
got
you,
over. I mean,
or you weren't, or you weren't. Anyway,
I
that's
didn't get
that's what I
you.
want to say. And yeah, I'm just joking. I was just saying maybe you weren't alone.
No, no, no. I was very much alone that one because my hubby was
No,
doing some
Savitri.
other work.
What he means is that there would have been other presences.
Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah, tube light. I didn't get it. Yes, absolutely. I mean, divine people like you, Sairam. I mean, all God bless and God bless both of you. Lovely talking. Let others get the chance.
Oh,
Bye bye,
And
thank you
Meena.
Savitri,
so
thanks for
much.
your feedback. Thanks for your feedback. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much.
Oh yes, yes. My feedbacks are always there. I'll see you even your channels. I'll do it.
Yeah,
Let others come on. I'll move
Sure.
on.
yeah.
Yes.
Welcome, Kritika. Welcome, Kritika. Can you unmute yourself? Kritika, can you unmute yourself? Okay, I'll add one more person. That's Anand. Can you join us, Anand?
Am I
Anand,
audible?
can yeah.
Hi
Yeah.
Anand, Harar Mahadev.
Har Har
Har Har
Mahadev.
Mahadev, Shambho Mahadev. Thank you, Meena ma'am, to allowing me to ask a question. Mayur,
Welcome.
I just wanted to ask, whenever we try to do a small sadhana or a particular ritual, for example, of 40 days or 48 days, I feel that I am not able to complete it. For 5, 10 days, I do it, and then um, I somehow lose interest, or there is some break due to something or the other. So why it happens like that? Because you are an ardent bhakt of Shiva, and you are doing this sadhana for many years. So might be you will be able to help me or guide me on how to.
How young are you, Anand?
I'm 37.
37. You're cool with your age, right? Because I'm just asking you because I need to know whom I'm speaking with. I can't see you. I can have
Yeah.
a little bit of understanding. 37. Yeah. So
Yes.
my
Yes.
answer also relates to age to some extent. Okay. Um,
Okay.
because then I understand. Okay, 37 means okay, you're working somewhere or you have things to do. That's the reason I asked the age, right? Um, so let me respond. Hey, you know what? You said something like I try to do these rituals which are for a period of what, 25 days to 48 days, etc., right? That's what you said.
Yes.
Am I
48 days. 48 days.
48 days? Now I don't know the nitty gritties of it, but does it require you to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and at brahma muhurta and sit for 3 hours and stuff, or is it just chanting something every day for a particular period of time, maybe for 10 minutes but for 45 days? Is that how it goes, or is it something really elaborate?
Yeah, no, basic means for 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes, you do it. For example, I had taken up Rudrashtakam. So that I was able to complete, but Kala Bhairavashtakam I was unable to complete. So
That is the
for,
chanting of it. The chanting of it, is it?
yes, 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 yes.
How much time does it take for you to chant a Kal Bhairava Ashtakam or Kala Bhairava Stotra?
Kala Bhairavashtakam around 4 to 5 minutes if I do it slowly. 3 to 4 minutes. That's it.
Yeah,
Am I
yeah.
audible?
You are. I'm just. My expression is of anguish, positive anguish. Why can't you sit for four? You should be keeping a target for life. 45 days. Nah,
No, but
Anand.
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
somehow means
yeah. So I'm answering. I'm answering. It's when I answer, I like to take some pregnant pauses. I got initiated when I was 24, and when my guru came into my life. And because initiation means you have to do it. It's simple. There is no getting away. If you don't, it affects the guru. And because of the past connection, I might forget to brush my teeth, but I cannot forget this. I want you to understand, Anand, as a sadhaka, not anything else. As a sadhaka, as a student to another student like you, Anand, spending 10 minutes to 15 minutes in a day to do something like what you do. I just think that you should have smaller durational targets. For example, do a 7 day, okay, and do it at a particular time fixed, at a particular place fixed. But Anand, I want to add one thing, which I learned from my guru as well, is before you chant, please keep your spinal cord erect. First, if you're doing it in the morning, then please do it after a shower because your body is fresh, your mind is fresh. That's one. Anand, are you listening to me?
Yeah, he's
Anand,
on
are you
mute.
Yes,
there?
yes,
Yeah,
Mayur.
he's
Yeah,
listening,
yeah,
but on
yeah.
mute.
Okay, I'm used. This is new for me, so I have to just check. Okay, Anand. So
Yeah.
see, it's like this, Anand. When you go to the gym, isn't it not true that we do a little bit of warm up before we pick
Yeah,
up the
yes,
weights? Do a
yes,
little
yes,
warm up
yes.
will help you. That's my answer specifically, directly, and pointedly to you. Is when I sit. Firstly, I try. I mean, I freshen up because it freshens me up. If you're going to do this every day in the morning, take your shower and sit back straight, chin straight, eyes closed. Keep your hands loose in whichever posture that you want to sit, as long as you don't stretch it unnecessarily. Then please, Anand, do some deep breathing. Oxygenation is beautiful, refreshing, and spiritual. So do a deep breathing like 4 seconds you inhale, 8 seconds you hold, and 6 seconds you exhale. Do this 2 or 3 times, and then you will actually feel the motivation to chant what you want to chant. Uh, but let me reiterate, this 45 days, 25 days, I would love if you can start by saying, okay, let me do segments, 7 days. Okay, let me do Kala Bhairava Stotra 7 days. After that, let me do, in fact, I would love for you to chant Daridrya Dukkha Dahana Shiva Stotram. Learn
Can't
that.
see Mayur, sir.
Sorry,
The
I
others,
heard.
please mute yourselves as he speaks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just heard somebody whisper. It was like paranormal almost. Like,
No, it's
Kazi
actually,
Mayur.
a lot of people have joined us,
Okay, cool,
Mayur.
cool, cool.
So, yeah,
Cool. So
they
I'll,
need to
I'll
mute
just keep it very
themselves.
concise. Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
be concise. Anand, this is my answer to you. Preparatory aspect is very important and put timelines which are enjoyable. My mantra japa means I have to do it for lives. So that's different. You're doing it as an anusthana. In the sense, you take up a time and you do it. So do it as 7 days, Anand. Then add, change the stotra. So you're more excited as well. Do another 7 days and keep doing it that way. I don't think there's anything that should stop you. You brush your teeth. If somebody asks you, "Hey, did you forget to brush your teeth today?" You're like, "Are you crazy?" Because you want to keep your mouth I want to keep my mouth hygienic. I think here it's more important to keep
More
this
important.
refreshed spiritual. So that's it. Har Har Mahadev.
Har Har Mahadev. Thanks, thanks, Mayur. Thanks.
Do it. Huh? Let me
Yeah, the
know.
next person, Anya.
Follow me on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. Can the next person join us? Mayank?
Hello, Mayur uncle. I had the same problem. I had do yoga practices for 1 hour, 2 hours, but in some day, many days, 3 to 4 days, I cannot do it regularly, and I skip the whole the practices. I also
All
have
right.
the same
No
problem.
worries. Firstly, the first thing that will help you to bring consistency is if you stop calling me uncle.
I am just 16, so I will think
I
with
know
it.
my son is 15, yeah. So I totally understand. You know why did I answer this way? Mayank, Mayank
Yeah.
is because
Yes.
it don't take this too seriously. It's okay. It's chill. You're 16, man. For God's sake. Okay. The fact that you feel that this is something you want to do itself is a great sign of you getting deeper into this. So my answer to your question is, if you heard my answer to Anand's question, that's my answer to your question, is
Yes.
sit and do some breathing. It's not just picking up some, like choosing a stotra and reciting it. That is brilliant, but even the preparatory is very important. You look at the best athletes in the world are best because they do warm up. They get the muscles and the blood circulation. They get ready. You get ready for it, you'll do it. And don't overload yourself like a New Year's resolution that from tomorrow morning I will run 10 kilometers. Don't. Run half a
Mm.
kilometer, then increase to one, and then finally reach 10 kilometers. So don't put high targets here. Um, education is not how much you know, it's how well you know. Similarly, this is Swami Vivekananda's statement, Meena. So similarly, spirituality is not how much you do, it's how well, how deeply you do it. You may do it thrice in a week, but go deep, yeah. Go deep.
Absolutely.
Maybe don't go every day. Go thrice in a week, but then feel what you recite, and it will take you for the next 2 days. But if you don't do it, but that one day that you did will fill you up with a lot of motivation, energy, and spirituality. Right,
Thank you,
Mayank?
thank you.
Yeah.
And one more thing I
Visalakshi?
want to add in. I had
Yeah.
listened to your podcast with Ranveer Bhaiya, and in that
Okay.
podcast you repeated the Daridra Dahan Stotra, and
Yes.
that
Yes.
I recorded yours, and I listened it every day. It was very fabulous. After that, I
Thank you.
searched for Satyajat Swamiji's audio of this. I got it, and I listened it in his very music. He had done a he sings very well. I just want to tell
Yeah.
you that.
Yeah. And by the
Okay,
way, just
thanks.
two things. One is, Mayank, stotrams are never
Yes,
sung, only bhajans are. Stotrams are recited or chanted.
yes, yes.
Okay. And mantras are
Yes.
uttered or experienced. Okay, just get that. And second is, it's high time you learn the Daridra Dahana and start reciting it. Otherwise, you'll just become somebody who only listens. You got to also recite.
Exactly.
You'll enjoy the vibrations. Thanks, man.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Okay.
Visalakshi, can you join us?
Yes. Hello. Am
Welcome.
I
Yes.
Hello.
audible, Meenadi?
Yes, very much.
Hello, Mayur.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. So
Welcome.
nice to see both of you.
Yeah.
So nice to see both of you. And as I told Mayur, I think I'm connected with this Mayur family and Meenadi family. I never thought I'm going to kind of, go to the phone today because yesterday was Shivratri and, I was awake until 3:30. So my question to Mayur is that how important it is to go to Mansarovar or any other place physically and experience that kind of ambience and that takeaway. Is it okay that you just sit here if some people cannot go or time has not yet come? Bolte hai na ki unless until
Yeah.
you're called for, you cannot go anywhere. So
Right.
likewise, I went to Kashi,
Hmm.
but I'm still waiting for my Mansarovar thing. So my question is it important that you go there physically, or you just feel that in your heart? And
Which is
how I
your
mean, you understand my question, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
which is, of course, I got it. I already picked up. I have another response to you. My first response, a very serious response, is, which is your favorite food? Your most delicious food?
My favorite food.
Quick, quick, quick! It's a
Food.
rapid fire.
Okay, maybe something sweet. Something sweet. Anything which
Name,
is
name, name,
sweet.
name, 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 name.
Yes.
You could just can't say something sweet. That's
Maybe
too
gulab jamun.
broad.
Maybe gulab jamun. Gulab jamun. Yes, gulab
Gulab
jamun.
jamun is so
Yes.
you're told about gulab jamun. You're shown the pictures of gulab jamun.
Yes.
You love the gulab jamun.
Yes.
Are you going to be satisfied
Yes.
by
No.
just? Thank you.
Obviously.
I rest my case.
Yes.
I
Yes.
rest my case. So when you go to Kailash, if seeing the pictures, watching
Uh-huh.
YouTube, being told about it is just 5%. When you go to my in life, of
Okay.
course, it depends upon how you go, with what intent you go. If one goes as a photographer, he'll get bored in 2 3 days and come back, because the expanse is same. You have to feel. So I was told that before I went, I was told that you should read something. So I read um, something by Swami Tapovan, and it was about his visits to Manasarovar in the 90s, hundreds. It helps,
Mm-hmm.
but when you go there, I can tell
Mm-hmm.
you, it is not just watching the gulab jamun. It is really relishing every bite of it, and savoring every moment of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you are in front of the Sarovar, the Manasarovar, it'll hit
Mm-hmm.
you like a 10-ton truck. It hits you dumb, because you're amazed at it. And if you go there and find your space to be alone on the banks of Manasarovar, you will also feel like Savitri felt, the chills.
Yeah.
It's different. I
Yes.
always say,
Yes.
I felt as if I was not on Earth. Can you believe people spend money to go to space? Millions. I got that on Manasarovar.
Yes.
I didn't have to spend a lot. Okay, but that's just besides the point. The
Beautiful.
point is, when you go there,
Yes.
it's not the material beauty, if I can put it that way. Material beauty,
Mm-hmm.
mountains are everywhere. Somebody will say, I want to go to Alps. Alps doesn't have Shiva, Baba, but Alps is part of Prithvi. It may have other entities which we
Yes.
don't know of.
Yes.
But when you go to Manasarovar
Yes.
and Kailash, you will be able to connect. I think they become the portal for you to go through and enter a different world. If I speak more, you might just book your tickets. So I'll hold back.
So please send me your positive vibrations. Hopefully, I want to kind of do that.
But
So nice talking to you.
do this.
Yes,
Please start learning and reciting stotrams. Because Meena, I've realized
yes,
one thing. Because I love, thanks to my guru. That is only because of
yes.
guru listening to him, I got completely wowed, flummoxed by it. So when you learn to recite and you go to such places, if you just go there, how much will you meditate all the time? No, we are not Babajis and all. Yeah, we are there. So what will you do? Hey, wow, look at the Sarovar. After 10 hours, wow, look at the Sarovar. What? Keep looking at the Sarovar? No, you have to chant something. You have to feel and express your spirituality. You have to connect with those beings who are waiting. You can't say, hey, Mr. Being, I'm here. You can't. You have to connect in the language of the gods, which is Sanskrit. So learn some stotrams,
Uh-huh.
and I'm there to help you out. No worries.
Absolutely. I'll do that. I'll do that. Thank you so much, Meenadi. Meenadi, I sent
Right.
you an email as well. So please
Okay.
check on that and we can connect.
Fine.
Thank
Fine.
you so
Sure.
much, Mayur. Thank you,
Yeah.
Meenadi. Bye-bye.
Welcome. Welcome,
Bye.
Mr. Lakshmi.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Yes. Bye.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Karthik, Veena, I wanted to really see Karthik here. He's been
Yeah,
like,
Karthik came and he went. I think he had some other issues. So he
he's
said, let
having,
me join.
he's having,
Yeah.
he's having issues which I had when initially.
Okay. Mayur, I just wanted to speak about one more phenomenon.
Yeah,
The one where you remember there was a time in India where, some of the deities were actually drinking milk.
yeah.
So one person was saying, he was reciting his experience. He says it all began at dawn in a temple on the outskirts of Delhi, India, when milk is offered to the statue of Ganesha. It just disappeared into thin air. And word spread so quickly throughout India that soon thousands were offering milk to the gods and watching in amazement as it disappeared. Life in
Hmm.
India was brought to a virtual standstill as people rushed to temples to see for themselves the drinking gods. Others claimed that small statues in millions of homes around the country were also drinking the offerings of milk. At one of Delhi's largest temples, the Birla Mandir, Pandit Sundar Lal was just coming on duty at 5:30 a.m. when he got a call telling him of the miracle in the suburbs. I went and took a spoon of milk and put it to Ganesha's mouth. He drank it and became empty. Then I gave Shiva a drink too. Traffic in Delhi was halted as police struggled to control crowds who gathered outside hundreds of temples with jugs and saucepans of milk for the marble statues of Ganesha, the Hindu god of wisdom and learning, and Shiva, his father, God the destroyer in the Hindu trinity. Across Delhi, society ladies with silver jugs and tumblers full of milk were standing alongside uneducated laboring women in a mile long queue awaiting their turn. Now, here, Mayur, see, this is something we all noticed. Can you just speak about that phase? I'm sure you were heard of that and also seen it.
Right. Not only did I hear of it, I saw it because we have a temple at Mumbai where I used to live at that point of time in City Light area. That area is for
Yeah,
City Light. There's a lovely big temple with Ganesha, and I remember very vividly the time where some of us youngsters, that was I think in the 90s,
yeah,
94 or sometime that time,
yeah.
and we all went to the temple and there was a big queue.
Mm,
Now, here's my take on this. Like you, I'm a just I would like to understand myself as somebody who will not jump to conclusions
yeah,
because that's a big trap. Okay,
yeah,
I would like to understand. So there was a lot of physics in this. Okay, but certain times energies that are there, they try to show themselves through certain miracles. So it can't be black and white answer, Meena.
yeah,
I'll put it this way. I'll say that there were certain instances where certain uh, Ganpati idols
yeah,
who were either Swayambhu or been had accumulated a lot of energy from the prayers of the devotees.
yeah,
Okay, certain energies were through that medium were trying to communicate the fact that don't lose belief types. Okay, now just like there is a genuine Rudraksha and there are 10 times more fake ones, there is another counter to this where it is said that a lot of times when you hold it, it seems to as if it's sucking in, but there is this in physics there is something where the water also comes together, coagulation.
Yeah, yeah,
So it was said that that also would have happened. Now I cannot take the risk of saying either everything was, every idol was sipping milk. I cannot also say that nothing was true, because there are certain uh, क्या कहते हैं उसको, जागृत, जागृत ऐसे देव होते हैं. They sometimes show themselves. Sometimes you'll find on a shivaling, you'll find, and there are instances where a cobra has been seen to enter the temple and the precinct and the inner precinct and do
yeah,
coil around the shiva, the shivaling.
yes,
Why would a cobra go all the way there? Because that particular shivaling is vibrant. It
mm,
is, the energy is attracting that cobra.
yeah,
So this is an example. So this is my sort of a more broad response. And I'm not being very politically correct. I'm just telling you factually that there would have been some instances, but most
yeah,
of them, I think it was more.
yeah. In fact, this person, the General Secretary of the Hindu Council, his name is
Yeah.
Anil Bhanot. He had written in the statement that one of the very public experiences I had was at the week of the milk miracle in 1995, when Lord
Mm-hmm.
Ganesha and generally Lord Shiva's family was drinking milk. I got a
Mm-hmm.
phone call from my mother in law to go to the temple and try and offer milk to Ganeshji. She insisted that I must go immediately, whereas I could hardly believe that a stone idol could consume a liquid. I couldn't help laughing in my mind, though realizing that my mother in law would not have phoned me in office hours. I ran,
Yeah.
I run an accountancy practice, and this it was very serious. So I went to the
Mm.
Vishwa Hindu temple at Lady Margaret Road in Southall, and at about 1 p.m., there was a queue of 4 or 5 people in front of me. They were all offering milk in a spoon to the deity Nandi, a marble idol of the bull that is supposed to be Lord Shiva's vehicle and his foremost devotee, and is worshipped as a family member of Lord Shiva. Incidentally, Lord Ganesha is the first son of God, which Lord Parvati, the wife of Lord Shiva, created and infused life into. I was not thinking of Lord Shiva or Ganesha or Parvati at the time, but just offering a spoonful of milk to Nandi as directed by the priest. As I raised the spoon to Nandi's mouth and the milk touched the idol, very slightly, the level of the milk in the spoon started to go down as if someone is actually drinking it, quite evenly. I was shaking in awe. So these are all again people who are very practical, who do not
Yeah.
believe in
Yeah.
such stuff, you know. And when
Yeah.
it happens, it actually jolts. It's a jolt.
Yeah. So listen, I like I said, I've not. I saw. I went to the temple. I saw there were a lot of people. I was a youngster. Um, my guru had not come into my life, and you look at it as what's happening, right? But if I look back, um, there are these miracles that happen. Can I give you another miracle that happened at my aunt's place?
Yes,
Second
please.
aunt. Now, this
Yeah,
is not about Ganpati. This was my aunt is a very ardent devotee of Satya Sai Baba. Okay, and so they were living in Mumbai, one area called Malad, and she used to have this huge portrait of Satya Sai Baba.
yeah.
And you won't believe that on Thursdays, um, Vibhuti, it's called Vibhuti, no? Vibhuti, the white powder. And it would, the whole painting or that picture, that big frame, we could see patches of Vibhuti there. And the room would smell as in the
Yeah.
fragrance of, we
It's
could
happened to
experience
many
the
people.
fragrance.
Yeah,
So, what is that? So, they do, these energies have the power within them to manifest themselves, things. So, I totally agree to the fact that these miracles that happened, they did happen. My
yeah.
only point is, uh, was it everywhere? And there are ways to find out. Like, do now if I put a spoon, will that happen? Because if it's physics, then it should happen every time, isn't it? So that's why it's a little interesting. It's
Yeah.
it's pregnant with a lot of interpretations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiran is saying, my Ganesha at home drank milk and I live in UK.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. Which
Yeah.
shows that there is no geography, time and space for such energies. Really,
Yeah.
they can
Yeah.
manifest anywhere, and they are
Yeah.
there everywhere as well, right?
Yeah.
That's why, Meena, and to all the viewers, we don't know. This spirituality is actually a search. It's a search towards knowing more about who we are. Are we connected to some higher force? And I personally believe we are. We are, we are also aliens to those people who are somewhere else. We are aliens, aren't we? Right?
Yeah.
So we have certain tattvas. That's why I hear my guru always say, we have the Shiva tattva within us. The
Yeah.
Shiva tattva is within us. So the Shivatva is within us as well. And Shiva is it's himself beyond earth. Yeah.
Yeah. Lopa is asking you, Mayur sir, I witness cosmos while doing meditation, but it stays only a fraction of a second. Why is it so? How can I enhance this?
I think it's all about concentration, and we are all struggling, by the way, Lopa. Join the gang. We're sailing in the same boat. Um, to sit in that state of intense, deep meditation for an elongated period of time is what our efforts are going to be, and that happens only with practice. Practice leads to not just you know uh, perfection. I think it leads to more and more improvement. Like we keep getting better and better. So as a sadhaka to you, I would say just keep go and feel that, even if it is for little time. Feel and enjoy those moments where you felt the cosmos. Don't think too much about, oh, I should have had more time. It's okay. It's okay, Lopa. You're lucky. At least you get that moment with cosmos. There are many
Yeah.
who don't even know that they're part of the cosmos. So
Yeah.
chill. Yeah. But if you do more, you'll probably have you'll have more time in the cosmos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant from Meera. She says, yesterday I was meditating. I saw two big eyes covered in kumkum and haldi. What's it? Mayur sir.
What's it, Meena ma'am? It's for you, I think.
Yeah, actually, to tell you the truth, Meena, that's exactly what I see. But I see a single eye. And the single eye, sometimes it's blue, and sometimes it's green, and sometimes it's very soft, and sometimes it's very powerful. And just like Lopa said, I first see the cosmos. So I see a lot of stars. And then this eye comes from nowhere. And then the eye actually dominates the sky. And that's when I know that I'm deep in meditation. Your
Great.
take, Mayur, you would know more. Yeah.
Now, I would know more, please.
Yes.
Please. I know a little bit as a student. I can say that, see, it depends upon, there's something called an Ishtadev or Devi.
Yeah.
Ishtadev or Devi, okay? So, who you are deeply affectionate about, maybe a Devi. So you start visualizing because you're so immersed in the love and the reverence for the Devi. So when you meditate, you start getting the visions, and that's what, like Meena said, takes you deeper into meditation. These are visions which will catalyze you and intensify your meditation. For me, it's my guru. When Meena, I was asked to, when during mantra japa, who's your Ishta Devta? I didn't know what is Ishta Devta. I didn't know what's Ishta. I knew what's Devta. And but still, luckily, I got because the person who was doing the filling up of the form, he's like, you go and talk to your daddy, who Ishta Devta. So I said no. And then Gotra, you have to give Gotra and all, which is correct. They're doing the right thing. But I didn't know. When I went to my guru, I said, Swamiji, I don't know what Ishta Devta. You are my God. Because that is the truth. And Swamiji gave it to me on a particular Ishta Devta. That was Swamiji's Ishta Devta. So Ishta Devta is connected. The root answer to the question is, the root answer is who you are connected to is the vision typically of what you get. And that leads you to something deeper. And I think, Meena, a person who says that when I didn't realize how much time I spent, like I didn't know, that is the meditation. Because then you
Absolutely.
completely, you lose track. That is
Yeah.
meditation. Hmm.
So I think it's 9:15 now. We've already shot our time,
I,
Mayur.
I know.
Thank you so much.
It's It was nice, unexpected, and thanks to Mahashivratri that we got
Absolutely.
connected.
Yeah.
And I think so many comments. Yeah, I'm so happy
Yeah.
that this time was the first time you got in people as well. Huh? That
Yes.
was
Because
great.
see, it's very interesting because after yesterday, I'm sure, there would have been a lot of questions. And that's why I said, see, if you're open to it, we can, open the floor for them to ask
Yeah,
the questions.
I come into this show, Meena, as a student, and that's how it is. I mean, it's not like I'm glorifying it. This is what it is, and I am a learner because the moment I stop learning, you will never call me. Uh, so ironic as it may sound, experts are normally not should not be called. Students should be called. So because we
Yeah.
keep learning. And yeah, Karthik Harar Mahadev. Yeah, I mean, I saw you for a moment,
Yeah, he
but
came and
before
then
I
he went
closed,
off.
he saw me and he said, "Oh my God, Mayur." No, I'm just kidding. But it's
Yeah.
a pleasure, and I think this time just flew. It was so beautiful, so fluent. So from my side, can I recite one,
Please,
and then
please.
yeah, my way of saying thank you to all the viewers. I love you all. Martin, I saw that. Baba Yaga. We talked about that. The Russian, the monster-looking evil male witch types, the Baba Yaga. People are scared of. But that's something different. We'll talk about it, Martin. How, you may wonder how I know is because Baba Yaga is used as a term in a movie with Keanu Reeves. I don't know, remember the name. You may remember the name, Martin. They call him the Baba Yaga. One second. 38, 38, 38. Mm. Meena, just a second. I'm just searching. Huh?
Yeah.
It's there.
Take your time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's here. It's called. It's called Lingashtakam. Om Lingashtakam. Brahma Murari Surarcheta Lingam. Nirmala Bhaseta Shobheta Lingam. Janmaja Dukkha Vinashaka Lingam. Tat Pranamami Sadashiva Lingam. देवमुनिप्रवरार्चितलिङ्गं कामदहङ्करुणाकरलिङ्गं रावणदर्पविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गम् सर्वसुगन्धिसुलेपितलिङ्गं बुद्धिविवर्धनकारणलिङ्गं सिद्धसुरासुरवन्दितलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गम् कनकमहामणिभूषितलिङ्गं फणिपतिवेष्टितशोभितलिङ्गं दक्षसूयज्ञविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गम् कुङ्कुमचन्दनलेपितलिङ्गं पङ्कजहारसुशोभितलिङ्गं सञ्चेतपापविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गम् देवगणार्चितसेवितलिङ्गं भावैर्भक्तिभिरेव च लिङ्गं दिनकरकोटिप्रभाकरलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गम् अष्टदलोपरिवेष्टितलिङ्गं सर्वसमुद्भवकारणलिङ्गम् अष्टदरिद्रविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गम् सुरगुरु सुरवर पूजितलिङ्गं सुरवनपुष्पसदार्चितलिङ्गं परात् परं परमात्मकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गं परात् परं परमात्मकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गम् लिङ्गाष्टकमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् शिवसन्निधौ शिवलोकमवाप्नोति शिवेन सह मोदते ॐ लिङ्गाष्टकं सम्पूर्णं नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayur. And we'll see you next week. If it's
Yes,
Monday is
looking
okay,
forward.
we'll see you Monday,
Yeah,
and you can let me know.
definitely one of the
Good
days
night.
for sure. And to all viewers, love you all. Har Har Mahadev. And Meena, as usual, love you, love your family,
Yeah.
and love this show. Take care. All the best to
Thank
you.
you so much.
Bye.
Thank you for being a part of it. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.